we find ourselves again together, even though we live in very different parts of the province, for a really, really, really great reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Yesterday was fantastic. We are in Red Deer at the National Citizens Inquiry, and the whole thing is about Canada's response to COVID.
Yeah. People's stories are getting out there. They're getting shared. People are getting heard finally. And I think that's so important. And you shared your story yesterday.
I did, yeah. I mean, that was difficult. As many of you know, I did lose my 23-year-old son during COVID to suicide. Mm-hmm. I think by all definitions of the words, he would be considered a death of despair. There was no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
That was hard. I've been gearing up for that for a few weeks, knowing that I was going to do that. I mean, it's one thing to talk to friends about it, or even to just a small group of people that, I've had I've been in discussion with at a meeting or whatever, but to share it on a scale like that was tough. It was something else, but wow, I slept good last night.
You did?
I did.
Good. So there was some healing to it as well.
I think so. Yeah. And I think that's the important part of a very large part of what we're doing with the National Citizens Inquiry, is giving people that opportunity to say their truth, I guess, or share their experience, rather, is probably a better way to put it.
Yeah.
Of what they experienced.
Exactly.
And there's no poo-pooing. There was no poo-pooing.
No, and that's the fascinating part. If people get an opportunity, make the opportunity to get on the NCI Facebook page, get on their stuff, get wherever you need to go to watch the videos that are coming out of this, because it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal, and the truth is rising to the top, and stories are being told, and it's important. And even for the folks that don't want to hear this, too bad.
Yeah, I mean, the truth has to be put out there. It needs to be told. Really interesting, too, is that they've brought in a number of experts from, yesterday we heard from a doctor of chiropractic, we heard from a lawyer, we heard from Colonel Redmond, David Redmond. Wow. Oh, just phenomenal. Yeah. Phenomenal. I've heard him speak a couple different times. You have too.
Yeah.
And I would never tire of hearing him speak, because you can tell when someone is speaking logic, when someone is speaking truth, when someone is speaking from a place of true expertise and experience. And his experience when it came to developing the various pandemic plans that are being used around the country and that type of thing, that were completely ignored. Yeah. Completely ignored during COVID, and to hear him speak to that situation, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Well, and I think that's probably what a lot of the general public, it's one of those things that people aren't going to know unless you know the people that are involved. Colonel Redmond was there from the beginning, advising what to do, and what happened is not what he advised.
Oh no, he's completely ignored.
It was completely ignored, and all of his expertise was completely tossed by the wayside. And it's nice. Like I can't imagine what that must have felt like for him, a decorated veteran, and just to be, we don't want to listen to you. It's not fitting into our narrative, and then now to finally be heard.
Yes.
Phenomenal. I think that's just so beautiful.
And someone who had gone into retirement a number of years ago, for him to come out fighting like he has.
Oh, yeah.
In the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Just been so inspiring to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So today there's more testimonies that are going to be given. I get to hear people's stories today and record them for posterity, and hopefully some of them will make it into the documentary, because that's what this is going to end in.
Right.
Is a documentary of people's stories and what happened behind the scenes, what the media doesn't want you to know.
Yeah, interesting to see the press there. No mainstream press.
Of course not.
No mainstream press. And this is something that has been going on across the country for, a month or two now?
Yeah.
Yeah, where they started out east and they've been working their way west. If this is something that you believe is really, really important, they need funding to do this. So you can always donate. So they have the National Citizens Inquiry website. They're also on Facebook. They were banned from YouTube.
Of course.
A 2-week suspension because a doctor got up and said something that wasn't, going along with the narrative, right? So
against community standards.
Right. One of their expert witnesses said something that apparently was true. But anyway.
Yeah. So well, now with C11, it probably won't be Canadian enough.
Right, exactly. This is all about Canada.
Right?
Ooh. Anyways, but they are streaming live on Facebook. So you can go to the NCI Facebook page and you can watch it live. And of course, you can go back and like if you missed yesterday's, you can go back in and watch yesterday's, that type of thing. So pretty phenomenal. They've done a great job of that. And yeah, there's a place for you to donate there as well if you want to donate to help support. Yeah,
because this is really it's being this machine is really going forward on volunteers.
Absolutely.
It's all volunteers. That's what we are. Just, a friend of ours has been really involved and she put the call out and Angela and I'm like, of course we're going to come help you. Like, that's not even up for discussion. So that's, if you want to volunteer, do that too.
Yeah. Something really important. Allowing the people's voices to be heard.
Oh, yeah.
And then, next week, we allow the people's voices to be heard when we start our campaign.
I know.
Officially.
Yep. As soon as the writ drops, we put in our paperwork. People don't often, I didn't even know how it goes for an independent candidate. We are a little bit limited as to what we can and cannot do. We can only say we intend to run until Elections Alberta tells us that, yes, you can now. And so Monday morning, I will be at the office downtown.
Banging on that door,
ready with the paperwork in hand. And then we'll head over to our returning officers and then wait until we've got the go-ahead. And that's it. Signs go up.
We go.
Door knocking begins. I am astounded at how often I'm hearing, oh, thank goodness we have an independent candidate. That's what we need.
I am shocked as well. I had no idea. I had no idea that I'd be getting the response that I am as I'm talking to people and saying, yeah, I'm going to be running as an independent. A very different response than when we were in a group that was trying to start a new party.
Very different.
The response was always... Not always, but more often than not. Oh, another party? Do we need another party? And I was always like, there can't be enough, like there can't be too many parties because each party gives a voice. But now looking at it and looking back at it, it's like, okay, it's at the party level where our voices are actually stifled.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so people are latching on. Like when I talk to people about being an independent, man, it's like fireworks going off. You can just see it. Like, totally, I get it, right?
Yeah.
Like, people want it.
They do.
It's exciting.
I am excited.
Yeah.
I am excited. So, we'll be pounding on doors. Watch both of our Facebook pages. We do have a website. Check that out, independenceforalberta.ca, where you can see what we're all about. Pretty soon, we'll be posting where we're going to be.
Yeah.
Our town halls and things like that. So, you'll be able to keep up with us there.
Yeah.
And then vote for us on the 29th, okay?
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan.
I think it's brilliant. Now let's go volunteer.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Talk to you guys later.